Hello friends, in this video you will see this. Namely, I will tell you how I made this wonderful metal cleaning machine. First, I decided to make a pendulum frame for the electric motor at a 45-degree angle from a rectangular pipe and welded them into one piece. And this is a sketch of the adapter sleeve. This is a rectangular frame that came out. Next, I installed the motor on it and figured out how everything should work. The motor will be mounted on a pendulum, and due to this it will be possible to adjust the position of the motor vertically, depending on the height of the workpiece. And these are the guide rollers. There are 5 of them. I'm drilling holes where the rollers will be mounted. I turned them on my mini-lathe. I didn't film the process itself. Don't forget to subscribe and like. This is the idea that I have already embodied in metal. I will be attaching the blankets to the frame with bolts, so I will drill holes. And this is a sketch of the brush bushing. I turn it into a lathe according to the diameter of the motor shaft, the width of the brushes and their thickness. There should be rings between the brushes. I put the brush onto the shaft, then the spacer ring, then the brush again. The very first start. The machine works as intended. Next, I made a swing arm for bushing and a real mountain bike axle. I put it out, clamped it down, and welded it in place. This is a pendulum for an electric motor. I make holes for the motor mounting feet. Broke a couple of drills, but that's okay. That's their fate. I checked if everything is correct and tightened the motor to the pendulum with bolts. I'm checking to see if the holes match. So far so good. And these are the parts for the pendulum height adjustment mechanism. It was a little difficult to make them.
The next day.
This is a threaded stud with M12 thread turned on one end. Look what I came up with. I also made this small part on a lathe. There are 2 of them, one without a thread in the middle and other with the threaded. This is attached so the lower ears of the pendulum. And on the pendulum itself such ears are also mounted, and the same part, only with the thread. This is how it all looks like. Everything is made on bolts and nuts. On the other end of the pin, I mounted a small handle and firmly fixed it to the pin. The axle rotates and the pendulum with the electric motor rises and falls. As you can see, the brushes rise to a fairly significant height. This allows you to clean large parts. The node works perfectly. I didn't even expect this myself. Here you can see in detail how this node is designed.
The next day.
And now it's time for testing. I take a rusty pipe and carefully insert it into the machine. I lower it down a little. The device works great. It fully met all my expectations for this machine. But I need to work with him outside because the whole workshop will be covered in dust. The result is great. I also attached a face change button next to the start button to use it to select the directions of rotation of the brushes. Finally, I will add that such a machine is a must-have for every metalworking workshop. And even after 5 years, this machine still does its job perfectly. Thank you all for your attention.